Alright, hey guys, welcome to the video. If you're new here, my name's Curtis, and today we're going to be talking about the note of mint. It's a very herbal, aromatic note, and I love the note of mint in the summertime, but I also love it in the colder months, in the winter. Mint is just one of those notes that really helps a fragrance give off that kind of refreshing type of vibe. In the summer months, I kind of feel like it helps to cool me down, and in the winter months when I'm wearing those kind of sweeter, heavier fragrances, I'll wear a fragrance that contains the note of mint because, and depending on the kind of mint, if it's like a peppermint, it almost kind of gives me like a minty kind of candied sweetness in a way, but it also has that refreshing quality to it that I enjoy wearing in those winter months when it's kind of mixed in the colder air. It is just beautiful. So I've gone through my collection. I've chosen 5 fragrances that contain the note of mint. So if you're curious to hear my thoughts and opinions on these fragrances, then let's go. And first up, from the house of Xerjoff, we have Torino 21. Man, so this one is just bright, fresh, lemony, and minty. It is the most refreshing fragrance in this bottle right here. This is a heavy hitter for me in the summer months. I do reach for this one in the later kind of spring months, but for me personally, this one works a treat in the summer. As you guys know, I live here in Japan, so in the summer we have very humid temperatures. It's quite brutal, but this fragrance helps me to feel refreshed and just clean. And I think when Xerjoff was creating the Torino series, they were trying to replicate a fragrance that fit for the, I don't know if it was like the Torino kind of professional tennis tournaments that they have. But I feel like if that was the case, then they completely nailed it. This is such a beautiful, beautiful wear. And the mint in here is done extremely well. I think with mint sometimes it can kind of give off like, in a way it can be polarizing in the sense because sometimes it can come off a bit toothpastey, and I know that kind of pushes people away a little bit. But the mint, the way it's done in this fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful, just very fresh, clean, refreshing, and man, extremely well done. Highly recommend this one for the warmer, hotter temperatures. This one will work a treat. So if you can, get yourself a sample of Torino 21 by Xerjoff. Next up, from the house of Eat Libra d'Orange, we have You or Someone Like You. Man, so this one is just fresh Mojito vibes in a bottle. My image of this is if I'm sitting on the beach, the sun's pounding down hard on me, I'm in my kind of lawn chair, just kind of all stretched out, relaxed, and I have my Mojito right there. I can feel the sea breeze. Those are the vibes that I get here. Almost kind of vacation vibes in a bottle for sure. Very refreshing. The mint's extremely well done. There is that mint is also bringing kind of like a green type of freshness to this fragrance. So, you know, if you're someone who doesn't really like green fragrances, you know, you may not enjoy this one. It definitely has a green vibe to it, but the mint is so refreshing and cool here. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it's one of my favorites to wear in the summer months here in Japan. As you can see, this is just a little 30 ml bottle, but I've put quite the dent in this fragrance. Yeah, I love wearing it. And it is definitely, I think, an underrated fragrance in my opinion. You do hear people talking about it, but I feel like this fragrance is so good, it deserves a bit more hype than it gets. Again, the mint in here is just very realistic, well done in my opinion. A great one from the house of Eat Libra d'Orange. So if you can, get yourself a sample of You or Someone Like You by Eat Libra d'Orange. Next up, from the house of Amouage, we have Beach Hut Man. All right, so the name might be really misleading about this fragrance. It definitely, you know, Beach Hut Man, it definitely doesn't push and give you aquatic type of vibes at all. This is a very woody, minty, earthy, green smelling fragrance. You do have a blast of mint in here, and that's combined beautifully with some ivy. And ivy is a note and fragrance that is very unique to my own collection because it's the only fragrance I have that actually contains that note. And that's also kind of giving, combined with that mint, it's giving kind of like a green vibe. You have some woods in here, which is providing like an earthiness to this fragrance. But man, this, in my image, the image that this creates in my brain is so photorealistic when I smell this. This is so gorgeous and such a very unique smell. It kind of pushes along the lines of like a fougere. You do have that kind of woody freshness, and this fragrance is quite aromatic. But man, what a gorgeous one this is. One of my favorites from Amouage, so definitely one to check out. So if you can, get yourself a sample of Beach Hut Man by Amouage. Next up from the house of Roos&Roos, we have Malamata. Man, crisp, green, refreshing, and slightly floral. This is an herbal aromatic fragrance, and this smells so beautiful. And this fragrance fits perfectly in the springtime. My image of this fragrance is spring. Green, freshness, the flowers are just starting to rise up. And man, this one fits perfectly in this season. You do have some spearmint in here and a heavy blast of galbanum. So it's bringing kind of like a fresh type of bitter greenness here. And this one was perfumed by one of my favorite perfumers, Dominique Ropion, who's just done a phenomenal job here. Man, gorgeous, gorgeous work in this bottle right here. And you don't hear a whole lot of people talking about the house of Roos&Roos, and more specifically even Malamata, but man, they really should. I'm actually new to this fragrance house. When I was at the No Shop in Tokyo, I came across the house of Roos&Roos, smelled a few of their fragrances. Malamata was one that really caught my nose and eye. And so yeah, I decided to purchase that fragrance. There's also another fragrance from this house that I'm really interested in. So next time I go back to No Shop in Tokyo, I'm gonna see if I can get a sample set from them. But man, what a beauty this one is. But what I will say is this one does have that bitter greenness to it. So if you're not a big fan of bitter kind of green fragrances, you may want to kind of stay away from this one. But there is also like a beautiful kind of soapy like quality to this fragrance, which is just kind of adding to that freshness. And for me, that's why it fits really perfectly in the springtime. But this is a gorgeous one and definitely one to check out. So if you can, get yourself a sample of Malamata by Roos&Roos. Next up from the Japanese brand Edit H, we have Rose Mojito. Man, this one is green, woody, floral, and slightly boozy. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. And listen to these top notes here. You have rum, squash, peppermint, and lime. Those are the top notes. Just such a unique combination of notes, especially the note of squash. I don't think I have another fragrance that contains that particular note, but man, this one is just very refreshing. The rose in here is very crisp and green, and it literally smells like you're wearing a mojito with a sprinkle of rose. That's what it feels like. Man, so upon initial spray, you are getting that mint in here, and it is quite prominent, but combined with that rose. And I would say after about 10 or 15 minutes, that mint starts to subside a little bit, but it is quite dominant and prominent in the beginning of this fragrance. But I absolutely love it because it just helps to bring that sparkle, that crisp kind of cleanliness to this fragrance. And it just, helps me to feel refreshed. So I'm excited to wear this one in those very humid, hot summer months that we have here in Japan. This one is going to work a treat. And yeah, the brand of Edit H, I have smelled a few of their other fragrances and I'm definitely interested. So hopefully I can score a sample set from them soon. But yeah, this is one of those Japanese houses that you should check out if you're ever in Japan. I think this fragrance house is only sold in Japan, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, if you ever come to Japan, definitely check out the house of Edit H. I think the priced cost of these fragrances with kind of what you're getting in return in the fragrance is completely worth it. So yeah, this is a house that's definitely on my radar and it's one to check out. So if you can, get yourself a sample of Rose Mojito by Edit H. And finally, from the house of Amouage, we have Enclave. Man, so this is an oriental kind of amber fougere style of fragrance. It's just a very luxurious spearmint with a bit of smoky and leathery undertones to it. But the spearmint in here is more kind of like one of those candied, like circular peppermints that you may have eaten when you were a kid, or like those little candy canes that you can eat for Christmas. It's kind of like a sweetened, pepperminty vibe that you get in this fragrance, but I absolutely love it. So what I like about this one is, for me, when I wear this one in the winter months, even though it has that pepperminty sweetness, it's also giving off that kind of refreshing type of character. So it mixed with that colder air. It's just absolutely beautiful. And this one was created by one of my favorite perfumers, Julian Rascanet, who in my eyes really cannot do anything wrong. You know, I'm a huge fan of his work and he has knocked it out of the park with this one. So yeah, this is a beautiful one and definitely one to check out. So if you can, get yourself a sample of Enclave by Amouage. All right guys, so that's all I have for you for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content, and let me know down in the comment section, what are some of your favorite fragrances that contain the note of mint? I'd love to hear about them. Well, I hope you guys are staying healthy and well, and I'll see you in the next video.